They did not ban him. Behemoth and Parasite were Mars bans instead, so.
Was it the Legion team that banned his Parasite? Or the... No, it was the Hellborn team banning the Parasite, yeah. I would be surprised if the Legion team actually did that, because the Parasite performance last game wasn't top-notch, at least. It was a little bit... I mean, he decided to go for the pull key, which I felt was not the best option for the kind of draft that they were looking for. Going late game with the Clanks felt like going for a little bit more of aura item build would have been more sufficient for their parts, but yeah, either way, moving on with the draft, Midas here. Potentially could be in the mid lane. Midas, of course, very solid here now, especially when Meraxis is already on the Legion side, who doesn't have necessarily the highest burst damage in the early levels. Midas is going to be more than fine to survive gank attempts coming in from the sides in the mid lane. And we see Revenant. I know that Certas specifically is a big fan of this hero, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually a carry Revenant that we're going to see in the safe lane.
Really? Carry Revenant, huh? That would be fun to witness. Because again, I know the potential's there, and I brought up before the idea of something like even like a Geometer's Bane is really good synergy. And if you're going to be getting that though, then you'd have to play it in more of that carry role. You'd figure so. That would be something. That'd be something.
I mean, he goes for the Hellflower Geometer's build, and he just adds up the file modification on his illusions and adds tons of damage, as well as he's a good 1v1 player as well. So
yeah,
Revenant, of course, excellent choice for that. But his drafting or time to die has been, at least in the past, quite close to Certas as well. They've been playing a lot of Team M together, so time to die is more than familiar with Certas playing a lot of Revenant. And of course, seeing as he is the drafter for the Legion team, seeing as I picked up on it, then it's very likely that he did as well. So he should be able to prepare for a potential carry Revenant here.
We'll see the third pick over here on Russian Dargons, and sure enough, Cthulhu Font. So very, very tanky presence here coming out. That and the Moraxis already that they have. And they had both of these heroes last game, if I'm not mistaken. So, and they had all three, I want to say.
Yeah, no,
or was that?
Did they?
More,
no, they had Andromeda, I think.
That's right. Yeah, they had Andromeda. I know you're right. But they did have Cthulhu Font and Moraxis, I'm pretty sure. So.
That they did. Offensive to the tri-lane, more or less. It wasn't successful, so hopefully they're not trying the same again. I mean, I don't like Meraxis in offensive lineups. He should be in the mid lane and nothing else.
Third pick for the Hellborn side now. Seeing how to react. But yeah, you're mentioning the Revenant and the idea of a carry. So if that's the case, the support option is something that they could definitely be looking for here still. But Dr. Repulsor coming out instead, so... Oh, maybe changing that a little bit, but no, still not guaranteed, though.
Certas is not a fan of Dr. Repulsor either, or he's not a fan of that hero, I can tell you. I know the different guy plays the hero a lot, though, so, I mean, in a normal, or if it was any other team, I would say that, yeah, it's going to be support Revenant, but in this particular case, I think we might see Dr. Repulsor in the mid lane. Or at least play by a different guy, and maybe have Certas in some kind of, like, I don't know, dual lane offensive or something, in that case.
Well, we'll see what the plan is. Magnus going to be banned out, though, first here by Time to Die, the captain over here on the Legion side. Into the bans we go. So, I was looking at the other series just for some quick updates here. Looks like, Chopstick Gaming takes game number 1 over Mystery Gang. So keep an eye on that one now. And Denver Pro, Chaley, again, those guys there. So they're up 1-0 over Mystery Gang. And then in the 6, Swaggy B, Team Latin America, they're up 1-0 over Ringers. In their series, Ringers again, Pandy, Guifix, Fabelli, and that crew there. So there's some updates for you guys as far as some other interesting
matchups. It seems like Team Panny was running the deadlift as well. Unfortunately being shut down. I think they had a little bit too magic damage in the draft when I was just looking at it, quick glance, but yeah, it didn't pay off at least, and White only took a very easy game number 1.
Yeah. So now the bans just about finished up, but a lot of extra time being used for either side even. Magnus, Ophelia, Ravener, and Clank so far is what we have, and one more to go on either side.
I'm surprised that the Legion team doesn't favor or prioritize the Ophelia a little bit more, because Architiger, I mean, he plays the hero really damn well. He's one of the better players at it, if I would like put my personal opinion on it. And the fact that it makes it all the way to the second blind banning phase, it's surprising for me. I mean, they picked up a Cthulhu fan 2 games in a row. It worked out the first game, but I mean, still, Ophelia is always nice.
Malikan and then Hellbringer banned out even, so maybe some insight there. That's possibly what the Legion side may like to run.
Yeah, where were they planning on running the Hellbringer, though? Or where was Hellborn expecting the Legion team to run the Hellbringer? In a carry role? Or in like the...
Definitely not a suicide. They already got their support, so yeah, you're right. It seems like it was not really a too thought-out ban there, but...
The random, the Warbeast. That's a freaking perfect random, though, alright? It's not the worst. Like...
Well, it's going to be the case of... He just disconnected, interesting.
Was that like as a result of wanting to hit himself?
I mean, or I don't know.
He was mad, or was... I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean,
they're not saying anything.
Exactly. And I hate how this happens, too. It's like, come on, guys, say something. But they need to say something, because if the Hellborn team doesn't actually realize that was a random and then they ask for a remake later, then that's kind of... Okay, apparently they maybe realize, but Voodoo Jester is going to be a response so far coming out, so... But this is what I was going to bring up. Okay, now they're asking for a remake, but as I always say in this situation, it's up... Honestly, I don't even think it should be up to the other team, but it is up to the other team. I mean... I always go back to the time limit's there for a reason. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of the time limit if they're just going to get random and then actually pick something else after.
What? How were they able to pick?
Well, they got the initial time to pick still, so he came back. I guess he just... Well, he like reconnected and picked right away. Or something.
Okay, he didn't display, but okay.
They haven't actually said what they want yet, so I'm not too sure what's going on here, actually.
I mean, they could go with this. I mean, this is actually a solid draft. I'm not kidding. Like, they could just ignore it. I mean, I know Archie plays the Warbeast, so just go for it. I mean, go with this draft.
I mean, that Blood in our final pick, though, again, I assume that's more of a let's just pick a random hero and remake kind of deal.
Don't be too sure. I mean, they like Voodiester as well. These guys are a little bit crazy in that way. They like these little bit of odd heroes, so I wouldn't be too surprised if the teams actually is like, okay, let's go.
The lack of communication here kind of worries me a little bit, but yes. I mean, both the teams almost seem a little confused as to what's actually happening, and so are we, but...
I don't know what they're up to. I would have been...
Yeah, I think we're going to have a remake here. They actually ask... Okay, you're right. They're actually asking to play. I love it. They finally pick a Blood Hunter. Okay.
I told you. And Certus is the one playing the Revenant, and someone else is playing the Doctor Repulsor.
Huh. So what would they do, though, as far as the lanes go? Because I guess they
Doctor in the Forest, Certus, or I mean Revenant in the mid, and Voodiester Blood Hunter in the safe lane, I don't know. Something like that. Or have offensive Revenant plus Voodiester in a dual lane.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, they're deciding if we want to remake it now. Again, he's asking about, like, well, then what heroes did you actually pick?
See, they didn't even notice that they ran on the Warbeast. I told you, it was so perfect.
It was Warbeast and Bubbles were the two heroes. But it said they picked Bubbles, so yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is, but... Yeah.
Try to make the best out of the situation, I guess.
Oh, boy. So, we'll have to sit in unfortunately, another captain's draft here, but hopefully they make it go pretty quick. They usually do. See what, we'll see, again, now the thing is, like, how is Mira Russ going to respond?
Yeah, I love the picks as well. It would have been so interesting to actually see this game play out. And, I mean, Mira Russ were man enough to actually, like, just go for it as well. I mean, they asked to play, and Legion team's draft, it was solid, and I felt like Mia Russ could have just insisted on going. They didn't have to remake, but of course these guys were good friends, as I mentioned, so it's understandable
Yeah.
that they want to make it fair for both teams.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the worst case. Definitely would have been the worst random, but in the end, we are going to have a remake here, so players joining back into the lobby. And there we go, readied up. Loading back in, so hopefully not too much longer here, guys. Unfortunately, I've had a couple of delays here today. Happens, though, especially, these qualifiers and whatnot. But once we get into the game, should be fun. Game 1, the games themselves have actually overall been pretty good, not only today, but even yesterday. Again, just pretty good weekend, definitely overall here. So delays every now and then, slow it down a little bit here. But okay, here we go. Back into the actual game. So as long as they coordinate this correctly, don't ban any heroes that were picked. Which, okay, no, that was an actual ban. Yeah, I thought this play was picked for some reason. Starting to freak out. Well, they're like doing serious bans here too. Are they actually just starting over? They're actually picking the same heroes I thought. Okay. Pick. And then start over. Okay. So yeah, they're picking the same 3 original heroes. Okay. That's the plan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it has to be the same bans because you don't want to ban a hero that they may want then. And so, yeah, this is...
Oh, true.
Got to be a little careful here.
That's something I didn't think about.
Yeah.
That would have been something.
Yeah, like don't ban artillery. You don't know. They might actually want artillery. You don't want to do that. Okay, so those are the same 3 heroes. Now the bans, yeah, making sure you don't... Yeah, I was going to say, do they actually remember what the bans are? Yeah. Oh, boy.
Ban the Wood Jester and the Blood Hunter.
Yeah. Troll. Pero is fast, first to ban. This is a mistake. Yeah, okay, whatever. As long as the same overall hero. As long as they don't want the actual hero. But again, yeah, I guess visually too, you like to be able to see what's open, so yeah. We'll make it. We'll make it into this game, I promise. This Clank's Hellbringer was the last one, I think, on their side. It was Raven and then the Hellbringer. That was the one that stood out there, and we're like,
yeah,
how are they landing?
exactly.
There we go. Look at Quincy stepping in. Actually, you know what? I can pull up the stream. Now, it was Magnus, Ophelia, Ravener, Clanks, Malik, and Hellbringer. Is Magnus banned right now? He should be banned if not. Okay. It was Mag.
Puppet Master.
Yeah, just to clarify. All right, Puppet Master going to be picked. Okay, so a little different. With a 4th
A little
pick
bit
puppet.
more, lane heavy, a little bit more aggressive, and of course the lockdown is great versus heroes like Midas and Dr. Repulsor. So I would assume that the Hellborn team is not going to pick up the Wood Jester now.
Now they get a lot of extra time to think about this, too. They get more extra time.
Oh, yeah, true that. That's a benefit. But they're worth it for actually remaking the game, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, as you mentioned, they did the Voodoo Jester and then even a Blood Hunter last game, but, again, whether that was a little bit of troll or reacting
it was,
to the picks that happened...
result of the War Beast as well. Like, they didn't see the random, so they were like, Wood Jester great versus the Wolves with the Cocktail. He cannot pull the lane as a suicide. And, of course, Blood Hunter Ultimate is really good versus the War Beast as well. He cannot metamorphose and just run out of there. He's going to take insane amount of damage if he does, because of that fast movement speed of his.
That makes sense, yeah. Well, they're definitely using that extra time here to really think it out and what they want. Again, a Puppet Master carry, definitely a little bit different than what that War Beast would have been. So, I want to make sure that they're confident with it. Grinix!
Kidding me?
Right.
What the hell is that? Okay, I have no clue what the hell they just did. Why they picked up a Grinix? Like, that makes... it doesn't make too much sense in this game. Where is he going to be laning? If he's going to be in the suicide role versus a Puppet Master, isn't like the worst possible hero that you could potentially go up versus? And now what?
Well, it's going to be a support Revenant. We're sure on that now.
So now they swapped it all up. They're not having the Revenant, yeah, in the carry role anymore. And Grenix, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be successfully, or he's, yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to lane versus a Puppet Master and potentially even a Babysitting Mora. I know that he plays it. He plays it a lot in TMM, and he does it really well. He goes for the Bulwark first item, I think, and he just deals tons of physical damage. But in this particular game, and in a competitive game especially, the Grenix is such an easy hero to counter. All you need is some Dust of Revelation, and voila, you got yourself a kill.
Yeah, you got to be a little careful with that. But at the same time, I do think Grenix, you can underestimate the damage potential he does have. I mean, he's got some good synergy with the skill set, of course. The Nether Strike allows for some great damage output even earlier on in the game. So there's definitely a big benefit there. But, yeah, if they're on top of it with the Dust, the Rev Ward, then it could definitely be an issue here for Grenix. Here,
Once more, it looks by the items that the Legion team are looking to be offensive. And just as in game number 1, where the tri-lane or the pseudo tri-lane wasn't successful, I don't see how it's going to differ in game number 2. I mean, game number 1, it was solely based on Catalamain's performance on the Silhouette, that he was doing so well on his solo lane. And I think it's going to be the same pretty much this game. I mean, Puppet Master is going to have just as an easy time versus the Grenix as Silhouette had versus Chronos in the last game. Wait, what? He fucked up his items, and now we're gonna...
I think it was his build, maybe, because is he jungling?
Potentially. Yeah, he's jungling, so maybe
yeah.
he got stats or something, I don't know. These guys, I mean, I swear to God.
Yeah, it's one thing to do it on a random like that, it's another thing to do it, especially back-to-back. Brutal! Okay, I'll have to wait just a little bit longer now. And now one of the players crashed. A player left the lobby as it loaded. I wonder if that's actually going to... Or if that was just a bug on my screen.
Nope, it
boy.
wasn't.
Is he going to come back? Probably not. One of these games, huh? One of these games.
Oh,
so
God,
hard
yeah,
to
it's...
keep momentum. How are the other games going?
Yeah, as a
Mystery
player, it breaks your concentration, like, big time as well, so...
Yeah. Oh, man. So we talked about Chopstick Gaming up 1-0 over Mystery Gang. Show on screen, too. Monitoring the second game right here. Look at that. Chopstick Gaming is 9-1 hero killing 9 minutes into the game over Mystery Gang. Mystery Gang, it looks like they are using one ringer here, but still.
That seems to be the trend of their team. Always using ringers every single time. Just as in the Onslaught event.
That's true.
And yeah, not paying off at all. Yeah, that draft as well from them, it doesn't seem like a typical misdraft. I mean, Cannondorf is always situationed on like a hard carry hero, and in this game he's on Wretched Hag, so...
And then
different.
Ringers versus... I hate that name. Latin America. 0527. They are in game... Wait, is this them? No.
No, that's the wrong one. Latin... Or...
I was looking at
I don't know.
Belly for some reason, but no, he's not in that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh. Wait, no, this game. Here we go. Okay, he was. It pulled up a different one. That's weird. Okay, here we go. In the 6. Okay. And it's 1-0. I thought it was 1-0 Latin America. I believe it is.
It was.
Yeah.
Or it is.
The bracket got bugged. So, yeah. So 1-0. This is game 2. So, yeah, they're starting here with their game 2 now. So, got 13-1 no hero kills. Jeez. That could be a pretty big upset in the round of 8 at this point. But, all right, let's see about getting back into this other game. Been distracted. Okay, so they're in the drafting here. Loading in.
Yep, seems like the draft is going to be correct at least. 4 heroes for each team currently.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. Loaded back in just in time, as we can see. All 5 are good to go. Right heroes are correct. Let's hope they pick the right abilities, and then we can Cast a game. Yeah.
Finally.
Got a match to cast here. No more pause or remake. Dominator, I love that. I love that statement right there. Let's
In
hope
before
it stands
pause,
up.
as soon as-
Exactly. In before we pause to start. So, okay, here we go. Here we go. So, yeah, Jungle, Dr. Repulsor. He bought a bottle. Yeah, last game he did not have a bottle. Which kind of makes me wonder, does he actually know how to play a Jungle Doctor? Because last
So
game
it was,
he bought
yeah, it
several
was the
others.
items. He bought one mana pot last game.
Yeah. and he
That
bought-
was all. And then he had a necklace and like some, I don't
Yeah.
know, blights or something. Damn.
Welp. Up to the players.
I mean, they did swap it around quite a bit after that remake that we had at first, when Certas was the one playing the Revenant, and obviously different guy. I expected him to be the one playing the Dr. Repulsor, but now they swapped it up and picked up a Grinx instead, so yeah, maybe he isn't as used to playing as Doctor as you might have hoped, or as we might hope.
Well, we'll see how it performs here. Again, he is their jungler. I mentioned playing the Parasite last game, so at least has that experience taken care of. But Dr. Jungle, it is a little different. It's not very routine, I think it's safe to say, but I'm sure he'll perform solid. Top lane, the aggressive pseudo-tri lane coming out once again. Maybe? They're heading back now. Probably
It's gonna happen. They're just gonna block the wave, I would assume. Yeah. I mean, the fact that the Hellborn team or Mia Ross has chosen to go for these defensive or these melee suicides, both games, like DoCa has just read them every single time. Like with the whole, like they just send one hero, like a Puppet Monster this time, or as a Silhouette in the last game, and they just dominate the lane. Like they get the lane for free, more or less. As you can see, Grinix, he's expecting the defensive pseudo tri lane from the Legion team, so he's gonna go down here and try to go for a pull even. But it's not gonna be necessary. He's gonna be able to get full experience down here.
Yeah, that's true. This is definitely not the most efficient play, it seems like. So, he is going to get the pull off in the end. I mean, it's going to be a very easy pull, obviously. So, that's where it's good, I guess. But whether he needed to do that or not, very arguable. You do see Cthulhu Vaughn, by the way, in the Hellborn jungle, of course, and going to be harassing. Look at that, blocks the yellow camp spawn. And, you know, Doctor's definitely one of these junglers that does not do good against these medium camps. And heavy camps, I think it's safe to say. I mean, I might not be 100% on that, but I feel like that would be the case. Like, he really wants to farm with the yellow, get level 2, even 3 early on, and then benefit from the level 2 magnetic contraption here, as well as his electric frenzy. But
I think he does fine with these creeps that he's currently farming. That shouldn't be too much of a problem unless Cthulhu comes here and ruins the fun. Actually, his bottle is already empty as well.
He's already been used. That's all I'm saying. I mean, he's been using it quite a bit, so
What has he been using it for? To harass Cthulhu, I guess?
maybe? I don't know. And you see him laying one right here, but what is that going to do? That's kind of some wasted mana, it feels like. As there's a little bit of engagement here, actually. Midas going at it with Bubbles. Bubbles coming in with a Shards of Hard Gun. He's going to be forced to Ephemeral Forge. Not Ephemeral Forge, Elemental Warp. And he'll be fine. But Bubbles in response, he's good too. You see Sandwraith? What is Sandwraith
What?
doing here? That kind of caught me off guard there, but
Level 3 Samurai roaming. What? I don't know about that one. I mean, he's up here versus Moraxis 1 versus 1, so he should definitely be able to find the last hits. That's a lot of wasted time.
yeah, back to the top lane, but Moraxis, time to die, is by all means loving it.
Oh, damn.
In
So much for
before
that promise.
pause. In before pause. And now we have a pause.
This is really not going well for Hellborn team, though. I felt like they kind of overdid it with the draft. Like, it would have been okay to have one different hero, but like they have like 2 free players right now that I feel like are not necessarily 100% comfortable with their heroes.
Yeah. Mentioned the laning fields last game. I mean, pretty weak for DoCa, but Catlamine was definitely off to a great start, and you know he's looking pretty good right here. And it's still very early on though, so it's hard to say if that's going to replicate or not. But yeah, let's check in the other game real quickly now. 25-7 hero kill advantage for Chopstick Gaming. So Looks like they're still trying, but you got a level 15 Swiftblade. He's 11, 2, and 8. That's 4 levels higher than anyone on the Hellborn side, so that looks like that could be the upset. Bottom lane, Grinix, he's going to be fine, but a lot of heavy harassment there. Steam Boots and Mock on Sandwraith. 28 and 24 games. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Mock's kind of... Well, I mean, Mock on Sandwraith, it kind of has that feel that it's a TMM build. It's not necessarily the competitive style. I know we do see it and we have to, but it seems like lately, or the newer tradition to play him is more of an energizer, more of a combat style earlier on. As Moraxis, by the way, he's a lot of harassment, but here comes the start of the Harkon now from Moira, going to allow him to stop on top of that. Revenant in trouble. He did not go his invis level 1, of course, and down he goes. Bloodlust kill coming out. Enfeebled on Moraxis. Being sold a lot of extra damage. Sandwraith will get the counter kill, so it makes it a 1-for-1. But Moira's going to take out Sandwraith on top of it. Gets the double tap. Does Archie Tiger. So big time in favor of DoCa there.
Oh yeah, they're more than happy with that trade. Getting the Sandwraith, of course. Moraxis getting the... Wow, he's up to 1.1k gold. And it's only level 4. That's got to be feeling good. And he's actually going to go for the bottle. Even though I don't feel like he's going to be able to contest top runes. Maybe he's going to give the bottle to Moira so that she can just constantly rotate between the top and the mid lane. That could actually be a strategy that I could see be working. Bubbles isn't the best of gankers though. But yeah, and actually you see it right here. Bubbles wants that top rune, so... I don't know if the bottle on the Moraxis necessarily was the best pickup. I would have preferred maybe see a mana battery and just a robe of intelligence instead. But alright, we'll see what he makes out of it.
So top lane, Moraxis, yeah, harassing or trying to at least a little bit right there. But yeah, so going back to the Sandwraith though, before that action picked up, I mean, well, what is your take on that? What kind of build do you like to see on Sandwraith?
I personally like to see the Mock if you got a farm that supports it. It is definitely the superior item for this hero. It just goes so well versus the meta that we are having right now as well with the pull keys, and the fact that it interrupts all the pull keys and like Behemoth, Magnus, so popular heroes nowadays. And of course it gives you a lot of farming potential as well. So if you can get a Mock, then yes, I would definitely like to see that in every single game. But if you feel like you're struggling, like in this game, I would assume that he's going to have a little bit of farming troubles, then you could easily turn it into an Energizer and into a Geometer's Bane, for example, instead. It is an optional build, or it's like personal preference in many cases as well, but yeah, I prefer the Mock definitely in the games if you can, or if you feel like you got the support to get it.
Yeah. Puppet Master bottom lane, he's level 6 here, he has the Helm of the Victim already, so Whispering Helm well on the way. It seems like Grinix is kind of struggling, as we almost expected here. 7-0 and Creep Farm is level 5. Okay, for some reason I thought it was level 3, but level 5, so not too horrible. But Creep Farm-wise, definitely not getting a whole lot out of it here. I'm sure that's to the credit of Puppet Master. And Cthulhu Fun has definitely shown himself a couple times, of course. Keeping Grinix guessing. They haven't necessarily gone for a full gank on him, though. I haven't seen a dust or anything like that picked up. Wonder if that's going to come out here.
But just as in game number 1, both forest heroes are struggling so much with farm. Like Cthulhu found 170 gold. I mean, hasn't really been involved in any kills, and Dr. Pulsar same. Like this is the second time that he's back in the base just to refill his bottle. Like normally, I assume at least by looking at when Sync has been running Doctor, like he doesn't need to make those kind of transitions. Just make sure to keep control. Oh, actually, they're going to port down the bottom and get a kill on the Puppet Master.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. No chance to get away, really. So the TP support obviously very successful there between Doctor and Midas coming in. And that also hits Grinix level 6 on top of that. So
I'm very surprised that he was that far up, by the way, on Puppet Master, seeing as Midas was the one that was missing. It would have been one thing if it was just the Dr. Pulse reporting down there, but Midas was missing for quite some time. He even got an invisibility rune and was standing next to Puppet Master for several seconds. Like, the missed call should have been there.
Top lane, Sandwraith, Matrax Explosion should secure it. Easily gets the kill. Time to die picking it up. Moira actually getting pretty low to the tower, but does survive as she runs away. Good dive on the Sandwraith right there. You do see Revenant was busy trying to help Dr. Pulsar recover and farm quite a bit, and while attempting to do so, it goes back to, as you're just stating, that the farm right now on this Hellborn side seems a little fairly weak, and I also noticed Doctor, he did get the opposite charges fairly earlier on. As a jungle Doctor, that's I would feel that's kind of a debated thing, whether that's good or not.
And I think it leans towards not good.
Yeah. Especially since he hasn't really been too active here. Looking for kills. So I will say he did try to roam top a little bit early on. However, he was spotted by Warda's sight. So kind of stalled that attempt. But bottom lane, maybe. Are they going to be going? No, Samwraith, is he going anywhere? No, he's not. Just simply scouting, I guess. Oh, he did actually port in bottom. But didn't commit to a kill or anything. Just going to hang around for now. And they're going to go for it. Grinix jumping in with the Rift Stock right there. More of the Arcane. The Shards of Hardcon. Not going to be enough in time. Grinix does take the stun, however, after getting the kill. And now he's in trouble. No more mana to do anything. This should be an easy kill to follow. At least they get the revenge. Well, Grinix there. So the 1-for-1 turn. But Puppet Master killed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they got a Puppet Master, and I think the Hellborn team is... Well, Certus is not going to be farming for quite some time now. He's might pick up a few kills here in the mid, but nothing too steady. No, he's gonna run all the way back to the top. But at the same time, Meraxis, I'm not quite sure where he was. I mean, he's down at the bottom now, but that was a very late port. I didn't even see him coming down there.
Yeah.
So now he's gonna have to make his way back to either the mid or the top lane. I mean, it's safe to say that Puppet Monster is not gonna be able to port down or port up to the top lane. So where he's gonna go from here is a question.
Middle, Midas? No, he's going to be fine. Chelsurf didn't connect. Maybe if it did, they might have gone for something as Moira is running in, but here's the Mana Sunder. Cthulhu joining the party as well, as long as he lands a trample. He does. Midas, he does have enough mana for the Elemental Warp, though, and he gets it off. He prevented the stun as well, but the Chelsurf hits him! He was not expecting that and ends up getting killed as a result. Cthulhu being gone, though. Grinix with the Illusory Assault right here and actually bubbles a couple of auto attacks away. Will go down a Doctor, and now Cthulhu Mortification taking him down. Not enough damage, though. The dust comes out. It will expose Grinix right here, as well as everyone gets the vision. Cthulhu able to make the escape as a result. And now Merax is chasing, actually. He's got the stall. Matrix Explosion. Yes, it's going to be enough for the kill onto Dr. Repulsor right there. Oh, look at Grinix, though. He stayed around long enough, and he Rift Stocks in. Or more so, Shadow steps in for the kill.
Braxus over.
Cthulhu fought. Oh, the axe missed! That last axe missed right there. Puppet Master, though, joining the party. Midas. However, he's going to be fine for now. Samwraith ports in, wants to chase down Meraxis. And, yeah, he doesn't even care about Puppet Master. He wants to sure kill.
Revenant.
It's going to happen. Revenant cuts him off. Finally, it comes to an end. That was a long fight.
Gotcha, bro. Revenge right there for a Revenant. That was a really long fight, yeah. Did Samwraith end up dying and then respawn before the fight actually stopped? I think that was the case. It's a very active game, and from what looked like a very solid laning phase for the Legion team is now in a completely even game, more or less, even favoring 1k experience for the Hellborn team.
Oh, bubbles? No, never mind. Just illusions here. Yeah, the lead, again, it's very minor at this point, but overall, both sides definitely.
Grinix gonna jump in on the bubbles, I think. They don't see the Moira here, though. This might backfire.
Nice job with the take cover, though. The timing was perfect with the Shadow Step. Probably was automatic, to be honest, but anyways, escapes the initiation right there. But Grinix will be fine. Grinix level 9, by the way. I mean, that's he's top level in the game with that bubble, sure enough. And Meraxis, actually. So he's able to do some
and
good
look
damage.
at this, Veiled Wrath right here. Puppet Master might sense that something is up though, seeing as, Grinix went Invis right there as well, in the Ward Vision. No, Puppet Master's still gonna engage.
I didn't sense something enough, apparently. And he goes down, actually. So yeah, he maybe just assumed he was coming up to farm. Well, he was wrong.
Yeah, if the Grinix goes Invis right there, like on top of the ward, I feel like the most common thing would be to fall back a little bit.
You see up the top lane, by the way, Meraxis' Arcane Shield was actually procced. I'm guessing it was procced by the opposite charges of Dr. Repulsor. So, well played by Meraxis right there. He chases them off. He even popped the Matrix. I don't even know if it was that necessary. He was going for a turn, but they get away in the end. So, that kill attempt is pushed off there by Meraxis. But both teams continue to be very active, and this is just one of those games where there's a lot of just meh farm on everyone. Some okay farm.
Really meh farm, yeah. I mean, nobody is above 300 gold per minute at the 12-minute mark. That's it's not often that we get to see that. And pause.
Yeah, they need one. Player just disconnected right there. And I always find it curious when it says disconnect, because usually that means they actually manually disconnect. But I guess it could have possibly just been like a random crash and just having to say that. But he is hopefully going to be returning here shortly. That's the plan.
In the near future, at least. Those sleep signs, though, doesn't necessarily...
Pretty much sets the tone.
Yeah, exactly. And there we go.
Yeah, other players are like, you know what? I'm going to do this too.
Okay, he's heading back at least.
Looking at the other series here once again. Chopstick Gaming, it's still, the Mystery Gang is still fighting, but that's going to be a victory for Chopstick. I don't see Mystery Gang coming back into that one.
They're still in it?
They're still playing, but you look at the levels. The Swiftblade's 15-11. Jesus. He is just all over the place. Flex Kavana, I do not recognize that name at all.
It's Rexars, if you remember that team.
Okay, well, yeah, of course.
I think it's Big Arlong, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that name I definitely recognize. Okay.
Either that or like, what was he playing? Can't recall the freaking name, if it was Green Rexar or something. I don't know. He was playing the carry back for Rexars, I think.
Okay. I want to say that might have been Yellow Rexar. Oh, yeah, I don't know, though. I forget.
No, it wasn't Yellow Rexar. He was a suicide player.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I never figured it out, but... it seems like Shrekislav is up for one game versus the Undertakers as well. That's in the loose brackets, though. But
oh, that's actually a pretty good one there. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were playing. That's the loser bracket matches are still happening right now too. That's a good point. You see, yep, Shrekislav winning. That's Shorkhan over there on the Undertakers, and he's actually the captain. I wasn't aware of that. But over there and trying to do work, but I assume that's game 2. Let's actually see where that first game.
Yeah, Shrekislav won first game.
Won the first one, yep.
Or at least when I checked it, it was a big advantage to their.
Yes, they did. I just checked the brackets. That is confirmed. I like you guys asking if that means because I wonder if does he have a reason to be upset? I mean, he's 1-1-4. Like, this team's actually doing pretty good. Like,
no, but it's like they are saying sometimes it just fools you.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I think there'd be a reason for like a rage quit there or anything, but it looks like we're going to be good here, coming back in. But yeah, again, look at these other series. Latin America versus Ringers. Latin America's up, but actually Ringers just won a pretty big fight, it seems like. So that game could be anyone's game at this point. It's Latin America is up 1-0 in that series.
It looks like from the monitor at least, or is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Or okay, yeah, it looks like. I mean, they got the Clanks, they got 2 more tower kills, and they got the levels on their side. They got a Behemoth now that's level 12, which I would assume has a Polki at this point. So, yeah, I would definitely favor the Hellborn team now, big time, coming into the late game. So that could potentially go into game number 3.
That it could. Once again, keep an eye on that. I believe Matthew Madical is casting that series, Latin America versus Ringers. So shout out to him once again, and check out that if you would like. Okay, it looks like he's reconnected though, and as soon as he's back in officially, he should be good to go. Mr. Peepo here on the Midas. Gridix, though, again, definitely a hero that levels is just probably the biggest thing for him, and he's gone that so far this game. He's level 9 here. Mentioned that he had the level maxed out Nether Strike, as you would expect. A lot of damage potential from that, and the synergy of his 3 other abilities. Currently just farming out the bottom lane, not really being addressed too much, because the middle lane, it looks like Russian Dargons wants to make something happen here. They're baiting out Bubbles. Will it work, though? Revenant nearby. Yeah, the Veiled Rocket through the Font. He's practically sitting on top of Bubbles here, but it's not going to happen, apparently. Although more access is not here.
I think that they're focusing too much on being aggressive though, rather than farming. Like it was the same in game number one. Sullivan, he should be sitting on close to 300 gold per minute. I feel if he was focused on farming. Same with Miraxis. Just wait until you get your pull key before you try this kind of risky plays. Because if it backfires, you're gonna be so far away from your pull key, and it's just going to delay your success of winning the game, or chances of winning the game.
More Axis. So, is that an invis? Yeah, Revenant's now. I was wondering why he wasn't really reacting to it. He is going to put the stomp out on Midas, pops the Matrix. They are diving this big time, and it's going to work so far. Midas goes down in the process. You got the Arcane Vortex on a little bit, too. Dr. Pulsar flies in. Bubbles dropping low. He will fall. Puppet Master running up to the face right there. Pops the Voodoo Puppet. And Revenant going to be picked up, but at what cost for him? Dr. Repulsor, he's still got ludicrous speed, good to go. It's some decent mana, but the team support is going to be enough. Puppet Master holding his ground. They kill Doctor, and Samarith in trouble. It could be a genocide right here. Samarith wants to kill at least. He says, I'm taking you with me, but a quad kill for Miraxis, a genocide for the Legion team. You see Grinix, he resurrects, but he just came back up right there. Oh, no, he bought back. That's why.
Oh,
and
damn.
I don't know why he did, because that was really late.
That was a late one, for sure. Now Mirax has got his pull key and a little bit more, like 2.8k gold at that mark. But that was that the start of the fight was just Midas running head in onto Miraxis right there. I mean, Revenant scouted him out, but potentially Midas thought it was like some kind of illusion or something, seeing as he came from such a dangerous position already.
Yeah.
Like being dived there behind the tier 1 tower was not something that Midas expected, so he just ran straight in. And as a result, Legion team coming out big ahead of the Hellborn team, and now they're back in the lead once more.
Yeah, seeing Grinix there too. He was pretty low on mana to start that fight, it looked like, so he wasn't able to do a whole lot, unfortunately, either. Yeah, I definitely think it's not adding up there. I mean, the fact they killed Puppet Master at the end is obviously the good news, if anything, but causing a genocide in the process, not too shabby. So, mentioned Miraxis, the quad kill that he got. Talk about a big gold boost right there. And you see some stats kind of back up. Pretty good spot now. As Time to Die is 7-2-3, 360 plus gold per minute. The portal key pickup on top of the early regen that he chose to get. I will say, it seems like Puppet Master's had this Helm of the Victim for a while now. I remember mentioning it about, I mean, granted we've had some pauses and whatnot, but yeah, he's had it for a while. We're now nearly 16 minutes in and hasn't been able to upgrade it just yet, and actually still might be in some trouble.
Look at this Grinix. What is he? Oh, what is he doing? He's all on. Oh yeah, right. It's Samarith ultimate. Didn't consider that, but the ports are coming in. Miraxis got the portal key.
There we go with the Shadow Step, though. Still trying to get the kill on Puppet Master. Grinix goes down. Midas jumps in with that transmute, but he gets stunned immediately, and Midas will fall. Talk about team support, baby. Puppet Master will live all because of the reactions there of his teammates.
Yeah, Archdragon played it really well with the Arcane Vortex. Like, a second the Grinix jumped him with that Shadow Step. I mean, I don't even think he took damage from it, but real nice reaction on Archdragon's part, and the TP support, like, being there. Quake stun onto 2 targets, like, yeah, really solid once again from their side. Oh, look at this, Puppet Master in the forest.
Wait.
What?
Yeah. He should
that must have been deserted or something, the spell.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it had to be, because exactly, you're thinking the same thing I was thinking, where that should have actually kept him alive. That was a good, that was a smart play, because that does mean he can't die with it on, but exactly, that must have been the deserted then. Which I feel like still should have, well, no, I guess that makes sense. Well, obviously it is the case because he didn't die. So, but anyways, top lane, Miraxis is going to be jumped by Grinix. Midas following it up with the transmute, and down goes Miraxis. Grinix is low though, as Moira and Cthulhu are in the chase now, but it's not going to be enough to rift stock away. Too much speed. Midas, he's going to keep pursuing. Never mind, no portal key or anything like that, so can't really chase the best right there. Top lane Bubbles, last denying the top tower here, at least. So, keeping a little bit of extra farm out of the hands of Sand right there, who's only 290 gold per minute, man. This GPM chart, for such an active game, it's just not a lot of gold right now.
No, that's not. I mean, he has been using his ultimate from time to time, but he's never been successfully getting the kills out of it. And now mid lane, Midas not having a good game whatsoever.
He gets caught by Puppet Master there, and yeah, I see the Voodoo Puppet, easy kill. This is, by the way, I don't think we've really seen this skin too much on Puppet Master. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit with his ulti. And This looks so different, but it's pretty cool at the same time. Gridix, the Rift stock, he's going to be fine. They didn't really know that he's here at all. Revenant's also in an interesting spot, but he's just simply trying to stay alive at this point. Another Essence Shroud in 5 seconds right here, so Puppet Master will continue to farm away in the jungle.
I mean, look at Certus, by the way. I don't know what he was doing right there. He ran into the trees in his own base. He was just looking for an opportunity to use the Mirage, I think.
Okay.
But not going to find it, but definitely indicates that he's looking to use it here in the near future. Maybe if Grinix makes his way back to the bot lane to set up a kill onto Meraxes, but once again, I mean, do you really want to focus Meraxes? Probably not, so...
No, they need to find anyone else but Meraxes. Probably not Cthulhu either, yeah. Puppet, Moira, or Bubbles are definitely the ideal targets where you want to find. So, yeah, got to remember that they do have a Samwraith Revenant. That's one of those awkward situations, man. It's like you're counter-warding. Well, if you're counter-warding, guess what? They can see you. And they saw him doing that. The Courier is going to be fine. That's some vulnerability there, but, yeah, Revenant gets caught. Doesn't even kill the Ward of Sight. And they also took care of, I guess, whatever was seen at the Rep Ward. Wearing out right there, I guess. But anyways, they
accents here.
Also kill the Ancients.
I love how they just tramp pushes it down the cliff.
Yeah.
The Predator right there. Just like Behemoth, like if you go into the trees, like where Mora is located, a little bit to the right, yeah, exactly where Mora is heading in right there. If you go in there with Behemoth and then uses the Fissure right from there, they can actually bring the Ancients down with you in the river, and you can farm them down there. It's not as effective, but it's fun at times.
Yeah, I've seen some funky things with that. Them getting lost in the river. It's like, wait, why am I over here? Doctor, by the way, kind of, honestly, I've almost forgotten about him to an extent, but he's got an icon now.
I get what you mean. I mean, he has been very quiet for the past 5 to 6, 7 minutes now. Yeah, an icon. I mean, great farm, I guess. Haven't really seen him much, like you said, and already got that Icon of Life, so, or Icon of Goddess. So as long as they can get some kills now, then it's definitely going to pay off. But they need to make sure. So far, I mean, they got 11 in total, but Grinix is going to start tapering off. Like, he's trying desperately. He's already in the enemy forest. He's looking for the kills, but not going to find them for the time being. And Merax is up here at the top lane, like almost 400 gold per minute. I feel like he's been sitting here at the top lane for the past 5 minutes, just steady farming the lane. And surprisingly, he's allowed to do so, because he's on the enemy side.
You got Sandwraith, yeah, he's almost like he's a little scared to do anything right here. He's kind of just running back and forth. I mean, it's not like he's going to be stacking or anything. So I don't know what the plan is here. Certus is just, there we go. He will pop his ulti, and he actually finds Moira. So I guess that's why I was just looking elsewhere. Moira's going to Arcane Vortex. Says, you know what, you're going to have to wait a while to kill me. They finally will, but at what cost here? Meraxes jumps in with Cthulhu. Down goes one, down goes two. You see Dr. Pulsar doing what he can. That's not going to be enough, though. He doesn't mana. He's going to be able to ludicrous speed away, but is it going to be far enough? Caught by the Ancients. He's in trouble. He needs to use this wisely. He will. Good patience there from Dominator, and he's going to make the escape. No, he's not. Down he goes. They also got the kill on a Revenant, and a 4-for-1 exchange. That was all because they wanted to snipe out a Moira. And they were quick to react.
Yeah, nice reaction by Archie once again, though, using the Arcane Vortex to buy himself a lot of time, allowing the reinforcements to arrive. And yeah, the Hellborn team, they have absolutely nothing left. Like, they cannot surprise the leading team anymore, seeing as they got portal keys on both Cthulhu, Bubbles, and Meraxes. So whoever they choose to go for with those Mirage ganks, I mean, the support is going to be nearby, and they're always in risk of getting counter-killed.
Oh, top lane. See, Bubbles portal-keying away before he gets caught, so it should be an easy deny on the tower. As Grinix is going to take care of it right there, but the lead will just kind of continue here. The 8,000 gold lead, the 9,000 experience lead right now, in favor of...
up a cliff. Archtiger is actually in a lot of trouble this time. Doesn't... Oh, wait. Okay, Grinix thought he was in trouble.
Exactly. I like how Grinix runs away. He's so Moira, run. When his whole team is there to collapse on her, so... I mean, to be fair, the last time they did that, they got turned on completely, so... This time, though, it's a little safer in their jungle.
You can't blame Grinix for responding the way he did. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Archtiger or if you're Mora, like that's the only way that you're ever gonna live from that situation as well. Like, you just play ballsy, play that you got your entire team behind you.
You got 400 gold per minute. Moraxis though, and the Hellflower definitely showing here. The Assassin Shroud on Puppet Master. I think I saw the broadsword purchase. So yeah, it just needs the pattern now, which is very close to. Will have it, but he's going to need to get here shortly because here we go. Cthulhu going to be jumped with a Shadow Step. He tramples in response. Illusoria saw it also hit Puppet, but Puppet's going for minus. Look at that Voodoo Puppet damage. It's not enough for the kill, though. He'll barely survive, but he needs to be careful as he is going to try to get away right here. Meanwhile, the chase continues. Arcane Vortex to help save Puppet. Samurai says sayonara. He's out of here. Grinix, will he get caught? He is dusted currently, actually.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
oh,
he was dusted that whole time. And yeah, he is going to be caught here. So they will secure him at least. Now, Midas did get away, as did Sandwraith, but hey, they all lived. They get the Assassin Shroud on Puppet.
And that they do. But, I mean, even though the Legion team is doing really solid right now, I still think that there is a potential chance for the Hellborn team to make a comeback. Like, if they get that good team fight going, if they get that Mock of Brilliance onto Samrev, which I assume is his next item of choice at least.
Yeah.
It's a little bit away though. I mean, Puppet Master might start to be a little bit more active now with that Shroud of his, but yeah, still a little bit of hope at least for Hellborn team. They got a Doctor in level 13.
Yeah, again, he's kind of just been that quietly doing his thing hero here, and has the icon. It's had it now for a little bit. Unfortunately, we saw it, at that initiation on a Moira. It was doing a little bit of work there, but ultimately not enough. He does have 3 charges on it, though, despite dying at the end there. So he also buys a Mighty Blade now, so a Shrunken Head for him in the works. Great against the Puppet and whatnot. But clearly still needs a lot more to do here. It's a very defensive mindset, whereas no Hellflower means won't have some very powerful initiation. Revenant got another hero you could argue good item on. Not really argue. I mean, it is a good item on him, but by no means are we going to be seeing that anytime soon. This is a main support Revenant after all. So the idea of trying to initiate and lock down, maybe not the strongest here on the Hellborn side right now. Midas definitely good at that, though, at the same time. Hellflower is finished on Moraxis. What is Cthulhu Funk going for? He has a Neophyte's Book and a Mighty Blade.
Brutalizer? No, I don't know.
No, it doesn't
That's
have
not
that,
the Brutalizer.
I don't think that actually makes anything together. I think it just happens to be 2 components that he's purchased towards other items.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, there's nothing that those 2 build at least, unless I'm missing something.
It's not a... No, it's not a staff. No, yes.
It doesn't have a staff effect,
it is a
so
staff
it'd
of
be
the
a little bit
master.
silly.
Well, no,
Oh,
I'm not saying he's going to build one, but
okay.
it does build into that.
All right, yeah, okay, I give you that one.
So that's the only thing that it can make. And yeah, last I checked, and I just double-checked for certainty, there is no staff effect.
Oh, I would love the staff effect for Cthulhu. Like, kind of turns into that elephant god of his.
He actually turns into Cthulhu Font, and he takes over the map.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty powerful. He controls everyone on the map for 10 seconds. That would be interesting.
I don't know. I mean, that would be pretty difficult to micro.
Yeah, well,
but,
I mean, that's why I think it would be balanced, right? Because it's not easy to micro everything, but
I bet you can just micro one hero though. Take the enemy hard carry and just suicide with him 10 seconds.
Run
I
them
think
all to
that's
the
more
well.
than enough.
If they're pushing your base, just ulti and then run them into your well. It's like GG. The ultimate counter push. We're coming up with ideas. I'll bring this to their attention. Don't worry. These great ideas we have. Pushing the middle lane here. You see,
You could make trample global.
Okay, let's not get too crazy here. We're already getting crazy enough. Grinix.
Careful. Just like the Valk arrow.
There we go. Doctor jumping in. Sandwraith. Mirage is used. Puppet shot in, but they lock down Puppet Master to death right there. Securing the kill, but Moraxis, he's still good to go. Chasing down Sandwraith. wants the kill. Is he going to get it? The Axis missing in the background. Meanwhile, Cthulhu falls. He does get the kill, but this is a big spread fight right here. Bubbles, no, he cannot get away after the takeover. Moraxis gets out of there, though, as does Moira. So actually a one fight for Mir Russ. And that's sort of the first one fight of the game here. Comes at a pretty good time.
Oh, why did I the tower? I don't like when you do that. I feel like you should keep it up for a bit. If there is no backdoor attempt in the works, of course.
Yeah.
But that's still plenty of gold for this Legion team. That you could have waited a little bit at least until you wanted to give it to them. But yeah, one fight. So as said before, the Hellborn team, they still got a chance to win this game, and the experience gain is now relatively close by. You see Revenant here in the Legion Force as well. Oh, Mora sensed something right there.
They saw him coming in here with the ward over here, I think, but they were just not able to find him. And did a good job being sneaky. Interesting ward spot by Revenant. I don't really know if that's going to accomplish a whole lot there, but
probably not at the current time, at least.
Yeah. But probably not going to be countered, though. So that's where it's good. One of those wards.
Still no bound ice in works. I mean, Cthulhu could have picked up one instead of his, well, questionable item choices here.
Yeah, that staff that he's working on. If he goes, that would be hilarious. Actually goes staff. Puppet Master, 2,100 gold saved up, so working towards his next hero. But Doctor, speaking of him too, he just finished his Shrunken. Or he has enough for it, there we go. So he will finish it officially. Has that now to work with. The Mock of Brilliance on Sandwraith, of course, very important. It's a very late Mock of Brilliance, but it is here. And it'll start to ideally amp his farm up a little bit.
And cancel 3 pull keys in team fights for the Legion team. Like that reinforcement that we were talking about, like when they wanted to go for that pickoff, it's not going to happen, or it's not going to happen as soon anymore because of that mock, of course. Because even if they port in, they're not going to be able to use the pull key.
That is very true. So has that now tool to use, and Storm Spirit just finished on Midas in the meantime. So a couple of pretty solid items coming out here, actually, from Mir Russ, and definitely been a lead here for the most part of the Legion side of Russian Dargons, but clearly nothing to be too comfortable about. I think Puppet Master hasn't really taken off as they were hoping for either. I mean, he had a pretty good start, but at the same time, it got to a phase where he died like 3 or 4 times in a matter of like 5 minutes, it felt like. They kept ganking him once over and over again. It got involved in fights and would die, so...
yeah, it was down to 200 gold per minute at one point.
Yeah.
Or close to 200 gold per minute at least. So they are desperately trying to once more here break the base, but versus a Doctor Repulsor, especially when he's got a 10-second shrunken head here, it's going to be very problematic. I feel like this is...
Oh, wow. They're trying to jump right there. Puppet Master going to be fine. Well, Midas got low in the Arcane Vortex. He's going to come out. Yes, he will fall shortly after, but Dr. Repulsor, the shrunken head, he takes out Puppet Master right there. Follows Aka through the pond. The Icon of the Goddess Charge is definitely doing some work right here. Grand X finds more action, trying to TP out. And he, too, is going to fall. The jump was beautiful from the Hellborn side. And again, I'm not a... Oh, that's unfortunate. As Pipo DCs once again. But, yeah, that was a huge initiation as he is reconnecting. Okay, that's good. I would have to watch the replay to really see how that got started. But, man, they somehow just cleaned them up pretty quickly.
Yeah, the Legion team, though, the decision to go for that base or the racks, it's obvious that it's not going to work versus the level 17 Dr. Repulsor now. And they knew for a fact that he had a shrunken head as well. Versus the Mock of Brilliance on Samref as well, like, they shouldn't have been that aggressive. They have been sticking to their own side for the last 5-10 minutes or so, instead of just going all out in a desperate attempt to try to end the game, because they fear the late game of the Hellborn team, that's for sure. They wouldn't have done a desperate move like that otherwise, but they should go into the Hellborn Force instead. They should pick up a Bound Eye, and they should just get one pick off before they try to take the racks in the mid.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the Arcane Vortex either from Moira. It seemed like... It didn't seem like it really stopped anything that was happening on the Hellborn side, and it almost kind of stalled his team's momentum in terms of either trying to just get away or retreat from that fight early on, or maybe try to get a better chance at responding to the jump that happened. Because, yeah, I don't know, it just felt really off right there, especially watching the replay again.
Yeah, that's of course the downside with that hero. In stressful situations, at times you might use it a little bit well,
Willingly,
to your
yeah,
exactly.
Well, we'll see about future uses of that Arcane Vortex here, but Cthulhu Font still remains on the same items. I mean, again, ideally expecting them to... There we go. Oh, go Storm Spirit, actually. Okay. With the Neophyte's book here. So there's one answer, and probably going to end up being a Shrunken Head as far as the Mighty Blade is concerned. So.
Yeah, does he benefit from it that much in this game? Like, I feel like it's way too defensive. They need a little bit more damage or pick-off potential, almost. I feel like a Bulwark, for example, could be good as well for the team support. But yeah, of course, he already got a Might Brand, so it's either Shrunken Head or Brutalizer, if he doesn't want to sell the item, of course.
Brutalizer Cthulhu Font. That would be fun to see.
Parasite, Incinerators, Brutalizer, Polki,
It's good on anyone, yeah. Especially on Hammerstorm.
Mm-hmm.
It's great on him. One day. Grinix, level 17. He's also got 2200 cold saved up, so another hero that's actually, I mean, I want to say recover, but I look at the GPM, it's 260 gold per minute. It's nothing really impressive, but I guess he's been able to pool up enough to get to where he's at, and that Shrunken is just about here, actually, so that's going to be a solid item choice for him as well. And again, a hero that's very reliant more so on his skill and leveling up rather than his skill set, I'm saying his levels, rather than his items. So that'll be good news for this Hellborn team. Or continue to be what it seems like it's been momentum for them in this last 10-15 minutes or so. 10 minutes maybe. Right here, you know, Sam Wraith, ever since he got the Mocker Brilliance, it's kind of been the turning point. But you are very right, though, as far as Russian Dargons. The decision-making to try to break the base now a couple times, it's almost like they're getting very desperate and antsy to do so, when clearly it's just not kind of working, and really maybe it wasn't necessary. But now you've put yourself in a point where you are kind of behind, and you know the options are kind of lessened here as far as what you can do. Sandwraith, no. Just got it. See what's going on.
Still no Bondi for either team. I think that's a big mistake. I don't know what's taking so long. It's such a great tool. It's such a great item, especially in a game like this where it's a relatively passive state right now. And neither of the teams has so far gone for an attempt on Kongor either. So one Bondi, I feel like that could change a lot. Or, just as I say that, Kongor, hello.
Yeah, double damage Puppet Master definitely makes this choice a little easier, I'm sure. Now,
but the vision, though, from the Hellborn side is here. They're going to jump in. I mean, Dr. Repulsor is going to fly. I'm certain of it. He got a Shrunken Head, but they don't have anything to stop that.
That's true. They don't have the vision anymore, actually. No, yeah, it's not going to happen. There's the Token of Life on a Puppet Master. So you saw Sandwraith. He's pushing the top lane. He didn't have Mirage, and I think that might have been the reason, if any. I mean, he had a TP, so he definitely could have TP'd, but no ulti.
I mean, Dr. Repulsor could have still ultimated in there, just activated the Shrunken Head, taken the token, and gotten out. Like, he could have just gripped the Puppet Master with his, when he flew in with his ultimate, and then taken the token. I mean, it would have been that easy. Oh, they're going to find Revenant somehow.
Yeah, they're going to find, actually, Puppet Master diving a little bit further. Samwraith, I'm not sure which one's the real. I believe this is the real one. No, that's an illusion. Never mind. Grinix jumping Moraxis. Arcane Vortex going to be used right there. The real Samwraith, he's still good to go. As Puppet Master being locked into the background, he will come back up though. Moraxis, Hellflower on a minus. Minus will fall. However, team support around him, around the Legion side, is pretty grim right now. Moraxis still standing his ground, kills Dr. Repulsor. Puppet Master putting in the auto attack, trying to take out Samwraith as well. One more. No, he can't get it off. He has to hold his ground now against Midas and Grinix. Not an easy task, and probably going to be unsuccessful. Hat-trick coming out for Different Guy. Playing the Grinix, and it is a genocide. in their favor. It did take one buyback, but still.
Like, if you look at the replay there, like if you got a replay coming up, like, look at the damage that happened onto Dr. Repulsor from that puppet. It looked like he melted from almost 100% HP.
Like instant,
He's
yeah.
down to 0 in a second. From the Voodoo Puppet, insane amount of damage, is showing how much of a carry or a hard carry Puppet Master actually can be.
Yeah,
if you just
here.
know how to play it correct.
Token use right there. He resurrects. Doctor goes in, and yeah, there's the Voodoo Puppet. Wow. Yeah, it was a whiplash hit on it. It just melted him, clearly. Yeah, no, he dropped in, like, I want to say even 2 hits right there. So, burst damage.
But
is
once again,
definitely
though, the Legion team, like, just for some reason, they feel like they need to commit to, or they need to end the game here in the near future. I don't feel like that's the case. Like, they have a Meraxes with a wonderful farm, a Hellflower. If he were to get a BKB and additional item like a Demonic Breastplate or something like that, he's going to be able to carry relatively hard on his own. And Puppet Master, of course, does his share in team fights. Bubbles with a Sheep Stick that's soon to be here. He's 5.4k gold. I don't feel like they need to commit to these kind of Rax pushes. Versus a Dr. Repulsor and a Samuref with a Mirage, it's just so extremely difficult.
Proven to be that case time and time again. You see Sand Wraith, obviously he got the Shrunk in a follow, so you know, feeling that's necessary. But now he's going to get to a spot where more damage enhancements definitely going to be coming out. You got the Hellflower just around the corner on Dr. Repulsor. Hell, even Grinix is joining the party as far as some assisted damage. I don't know about the whole Firebrand, to be honest. I guess a Geometer Spin is what he's ultimately going for here, which, yeah, it's not horrible, but I honestly think like a Brutalizer probably would have been a pretty good choice here for him.
Brutalizer, agreed, or a Bulwark, for that matter. Would have helped a lot with the damage coming out from Sanref.
Sandwraith, speaking of him, is he porting? No, he's just having the Illusions do some work right here, scouting out. Meanwhile, Grinix, no, he's not going to go yellow there either.
Oh, Moira, though, is really close to dying. Actually going to get a regeneration rune here, so she's back on top, but...
Yeah, I wonder what Sandwraith is going to decide to pick up here. There's a pause coming out, but going to be a Staff of the Master on him? No. There was that one game
probably not.
where it made sense. But probably not this game. Yeah, they need him to be the damage dealer for sure. So hell, Brutalizer on him, it definitely wouldn't be a bad item. We've seen that before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Brutalizer on Samuref would actually be pretty decent here.
Yeah.
I think he could go for that. I mean, he doesn't necessarily need a wing bow. Straight away, at least. I mean, there's the Frostwall Skull route as well, but as we said, need a little bit more physical damage, I think. Demonic Breastplate could be an option, but it's not very... It's not the hero style. I mean, it's more about that ganking and the physical damage output, I guess. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think you're right with that Brutalizer. I think that's the best way to go.
And then Doctor is providing some good damage as well, follow-up. So, obviously, Midas has been doing some work. You got Grinix. Yeah, just as far as damage potential goes, it really kind of, for these heroes, definitely scale pretty well throughout this game here. So, overall, just a pretty comfortable late-game lineup on this Hellborn side. And that seems like that's where we're pretty much at, if not getting at here very shortly. Already about 40 minutes in, so... At this pace, too, if this keeps up, this could very likely mean a game number 3 here coming at you. So,
yeah, looking around on the board, monitoring games, it seems like there's going to be a lot of game number 3s actually coming up here in the near future.
Yeah, I was just double-checking that myself, and it looks like Chopstick Gaming did actually defeat Mystery Gang 2-0, so definitely a solid upset there. And Chopstick Gaming now one step closer. So congrats to them. Ringers did take the second game, so they're going to a game 3. As you were talking about there.
Yeah, that fourth one I'm not entirely sure about.
Rat versus Polymorph. That's another one, yeah. I don't really know any of these players.
It's Marcus Moy. He's in the game right now.
Yeah.
And I can't for some reason see him on my...
Yeah, him I recognize. There we go. I got it up here. This is game 3, and it looks like, as they're known by Sauna Esports, apparently. Marcus Moy, his guy, they're up 19-13 hero kills, 24 minutes in.
Right,
Pretty close game. Keep an eye on those results there. All right. We are back, though, once again to continue on with game number 3, or 2, excuse me. Possibly game number 3 coming up.
There's the Shipstick on Bubbles as well. Just imagine if this Legion team wouldn't have thrown away 3 entire team fights like during the last 10 minutes. I mean, the dominant lead that they would be in right now would be ridiculous. But yeah, for some reason feeling forced to end the game. Not paying off, and now the Hellborn team is... I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I were to favor... I mean, I would definitely were to favor the Hellborn team, seeing as they got Dr. Pulsar closing in on a... Hellflower. Actually, I think he got it if he wants to. Right?
Who's that? The
Dr. Repulsor. He got a Hellflower right now.
Yes. Yeah. He has it now if he wants it. He has a double damage? No, that's Essence Shroud. Okay. That looks like a double damage almost. But, yeah, he's not going to pick it up just yet. Either he's not doing the math correctly or he wants to maybe save up for a buyback. But... yeah, just double checking, and yeah, no, he definitely has enough here. Needs, what is it, 3150, I want to say, is what you actually need total, so. But currently scouting out some more as the Legion team not making a move necessarily. Hasn't been a whole lot of Veiled Rot, I feel like, this game. And right now I think that the Legion team especially could be trying to take advantage of that, but.
Yeah, or the freaking Boundai that I've been mentioning over and over, like, why does neither team pick up the Boundai and try to get some more map control? Especially when there is a Revenant and a Grinix on the Hellborn side. I feel like the Legion team should prioritize that.
Yeah.
Now we got a freaking post-haste on Cthulhuphant. I mean, he's still got the Mighty Brand, but I mean, a post-haste, really? Is that really going to benefit you guys in this game?
I don't know about that. More Axis setting up, by the way. He has an Invis. Cthulhuphant jumps in on a Grinix right there. Here we go. Grinix going to get a short head off, though. Samurais being locked down. Pops his Mirage, however, going to port elsewhere. Grinix still about half-life, trying to hold his ground. And now needs to escape, though. Revan is staying alive to Puppet Master, but down goes Mora, Cthulhuphant, and Bubbles. And all of a sudden, Puppet Master's like, wait a second, where's my team? They're all dead around him, so it's just himself. They did kill Midas, it looks like. But now Puppet's completely on the run. Grinix is scouting, seeing if he can find anybody. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. Well, never mind. No. More Axis.
Oh, Dr. Repulsor could potentially fly all the way.
No.
Not going to go for it.
Not going to risk it. But there we go now. He buys the full Hellflower. The 2 more Arcanas on the way. Another one
that's
fight,
bad
though.
news for this Legion team. I really feel like, though, that this Cthulhuphant has been more or less a non-factor in this game. Unfortunately, in those team fights, it became even more obvious there. Now when three heroes on the Hellborn team got that shrunken head, it's just, there's nothing that he can do. Like, if he would have had to have a Abyssal Skull even, or a Bulwark, then he would have at least be a little bit more supportive towards his team, but I don't know, this post-haste and the Mighty Brand just doesn't provide too much.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been obviously kind of funky all over the place this whole game. And the idea of the Mighty Blade into the Neophytes books, like he just had to change direction. Now he's just sitting on the Mighty Blade. I mean, sure, getting a little bit more life never hurts, but the investment into a full post-haste, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Definitely feel like Cthulhuphant's one of those aura/utility just heroes. The tablets, the Abyssal Skulls, the Plate of Greaves, the Frostfield Plate we definitely see more in the later game for him. So, yeah, post-haste, especially with him being the only one with a post-haste. Doesn't feel like that's necessarily the best investment. But what's done is done.
Axis going to walk up a cliff.
Well, Sandwraith presses R. That's an easy kill on Moira right there. Moraxis gets his stomp off, but is it going to matter really in the end? He pops some Atrax, hoping for the best right here. Grinix holding his ground as well as Sandwraith. Dr. Repulsor, he flies in on a Bubbles right here, but Doctor got locked down immediately. He hellfired somebody there. He pops his trigger head very late. But he is still alive. They did take out Puppet Master, though, off to the side. Doctor's going to keep flying around, and he'll be fine. The Icon of the Goddess doing some work for him. Cthulhuphant falls. Different guy with a hat trick. He wants a quad kill. Will he get it? Somebody's getting this kill. Who will it be? It's going to be Different Guy on the Grinix right there. He gets the quad kill. I want to say, if you're Russian Dargons, I think Game 3 is looking appealing here.
Pretty much, yeah. When the enemy team Grinix gets a quad kill, you know things are bad. Like, I did not expect that kind of scenario coming out after seeing the landing phase of this game.
No.
But somehow Grinix doing his job correct and sitting on another 3.5k gold. So the Firebrand's actually working out. I still feel like both of the teams actually could benefit from that all work, seeing as there is a lot of physical damage in the picture right now.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay here, and it's just Grinix and Samwraith, they just right-clicked focused Puppet the whole time. And with the shrunken heads, I mean, there's nothing he could do, obviously. Puppet just had to try to keep running, which he couldn't really do that successfully in the first place, and eventually just got killed off. So his damage output of that fight especially, very minimal. I'm sure that's kind of been the case throughout. Again, he's never really been able to take off in this game with Farm himself, and he's trying to get a Savage Mace, but I just feel like that's not really going to do a whole lot here at this point of the game. But clearly they're going to still hang in there, see what they can make happen. They do lose the base tower, but they will save the racks at the same time as Revenant pushes out the top lane. Keep that from doing some work here. And Conqueror, I'm sure, is going to be on the mind now, the Hellborn team. Very shortly here.
Should be up in the near future at least. And seeing as there is no vision whatsoever from the Legion team, it should be a relatively easy one. I don't think that they are confident enough to actually take team fights. They're going to have to, though, contest it somehow. Like, that's the last chance that they got in this game. To somehow try to sneak that Conqueror, just jump when it's about to drop the token of life, maybe try to snatch it for Puppet Master or something instead. But it's going to be tough.
You see Mora scouting out the Conqueror pit just in case he does resurrect, as we're talking about. So Grinix also heading over there, but both teams pretty aware, it seems like, that he is up, and wouldn't be surprised if some frantic pings are going on to check it out. As far as vision around the Conqueror pit, actually neither team has really much here, so a little bit of a mistake, you could argue, on both sides there, but Hellborn side, they are making their way over now, and as I say that, a Warder side and a Revor goes down from Archie Tiger, so good job there. Gonna spot any chance here of Miar Russ and trying for it. You see Samwraith not even close to Conqueror, that's because he's farming elsewhere, but again, with that Mirage, he's always close by, in a sense. Just one click of a button. The Savage Mace on Puppet Master. We've seen his damage output already, especially with the Voodoo Puppet, so it just got a little better even. But again, clearly the problem just continues to be, can he stand his ground against a Grinix, against a Sandwraith, against a Doctor, who's seems like they're just able to kind of jump in with not much restraints here with the Shrunken Heads. And my easy answer is no, but
the Legion team, like, still Cthulhu, it's got the gold for it, but just doesn't pick up the Bound Eye. Like, they're never going to be able to contest Conqueror without the Bound Eye. Like, as long as the Hellborn team got full vision, they're just going to back off like they're doing right now. They're just going to take the safe rather than the unsafe and just let Samwraith continue to farm in the forest, get another item before they actually commit to anything.
Oh, Sheepstick on a bubbles, already at half-life right off the bat and dies shortly after the full Sheepstick duration. But look at Puppet. He drops Revenant like a top, but here we go now. He's going to need to deal with the right clicks. He's doing the damage, the double damage. You're right, he's doing a lot, but look at the Samwraith return. They get the kill out of Samwraith, but Puppet Master ends up exploding in return. Moraxis goes down, and down goes Mora as well. It's a genocide once again, and this time it will officially do it in favor of Mar. I gotta say, I think the Disperse actually did a lot of damage there from Sandwraith onto Puppet Master, but overall, again, he really just couldn't hold his ground there in the midst of the fight.
He could not. That was even with the double damage. It's too unfortunate that Bubbles actually ended up dying that fast. Well played by the Hellborn team, of course, but the double damage, that could have been the key that the Legion team was looking for to come back into the game. But yeah, we're going to go to game number 3, and it's really hard to tell what team is going to win. Like, the first game was really close, and the second one, quite similar in a way, but this time ending in the Hellborn's favor. And I gotta blame it a little bit on the Legion team's decision to just force that base push, like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And all 3 times were like just disasters, allowing Certas on that Samref just getting back into the game, getting the Mock of Brilliance, and getting those next set of items. Yeah, it was interesting to see the Grinix as well. Haven't seen that in a competitive game for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm. And do very well. Different guy played it very well in 12, 4, and 12. As far as the final hero kill stat line, it's definitely, well, it's the best looking one, honestly, compared to everything else. So, well played by him, but yeah, team effort definitely. And they tied up at 1 game apiece. So, ladies and gentlemen, a short break coming at you, but we got our third and final game going to be happening here in the Hunter Season 4 Qualifiers Winners Bracket Round of 8. Stay tuned. Game 3 coming up next here on Oncast.